Hey guys, Nick. Thanks for tuning into Long Wargaming. This is Nick, and I wanted to go through my Crossroads list with you. It's a 2,400 point ETC list for the Crossroads Spring GT, and a special thanks to Naren Zaid and Ryan. I just bounced a bunch of ideas off of them. I wanted to try something a little bit different. This list is a little bit different, obviously, than what I usually do. Not too much different. But I do take advantage of the 50% lords. Not much, but I am able to use some of those points in there. And I wanted to kind of bring some Storm Fiends, and that was something I wanted to do just because I know Anthony and Naren weren't bringing them, and I wanted to bring them just to do something a little different for both myself and YouTube, and maybe prove them wrong. But I ended up agreeing with them when I really sat down and looked at them. I brought them to a 3-day tournament, and they have a lot of damage output when they work successfully, and you get turn one. And I just feel like they're too squishy for toughness, for 4 wounds, light armor. I mean, yeah, you can have a 4+, but not if you have all rattling guns. They're just too easily killed for 255 points. It's not worth it. So I did something a little different here, and hopefully you guys like it or get some ideas from it. Let me know what you think. It's there's a few weaknesses, but I'm not going to discuss them too much because I'll let my opponents exploit those at the tournament. But let's go through it. So I got my 2 giant rat darts. I usually go for 3, but I'm only fitting 2 this time around. I got my Gracier running the power scroll. My lords here, running my power scroll and a 4+ ward save. Now the Gracier is going to be chilling in the bunker, a small sleeve bunker of about 30 guys or so. That'll go behind my Storm Vermin unit, Storm Vermin Horde. And now, the thing that's pretty interesting about this list, a little different, I'm bringing 2 Rat Ogre Bonebreakers. The first one's going to be my general. He's going to be sitting on Armor of Destiny, which is 4+ ward save. And then you've got the Iron Curse icon, which will keep that 50-man unit of Storm Vermin alive with war machines and whatnot. And I have the Bonebreaker, obviously. Shield. And then he's got the +1 attack, +1 strength weapon. So this gives the mount 5 attacks, and then he himself has 5 attacks at strength 5. And then with a stomp against infantry, that's about 11 attacks at strength 5, which is pretty awesome coming from this single guy. The second guy is more of a throwaway. I kind of don't like to say throwaway with something that's 255 points, but he's the second punch in the unit of Storm Vermin. Now, Storm Vermin, when I get to him, will have the Razor Standards, or these 2 guys together reduce a lot of armor save. But he's got the Enchanted Shield, which I could swap in for the Charmed Shield, but I decided I just wanted to go with the Enchanted Shield and maybe get him some extra armor. He's running the Obsidian Lodestone, 3 magic resistance, which is great for keeping my Storm Vermin and other heroes alive in this unit. I've got the Rat Ogre Bonebreaker, Sword of Anti-Heroes, and the other Trickster Shard. So this guy is going to be cool to throw into some heroes. Hopefully it's not elves, because then he's dead. But if it is anything that's below his initiative and he's going to be striking first, he's going to have extra attacks against heroes. And then the other Trickster Shard will help me take out any of the heroes with rerolling ward saves. Now, this unit is going to be a Death Star unit of sorts, so in order to kill it, you're going to have to send all your heroes at it. So bring it on. So let me know what you guys think about the double Bonebreaker build. I have to convert one. I have one already going. I have to go ahead and do the second one, which I don't have too much time for, but I will do that ASAP. So next up, I've got a Chieftain BSB with a shield and a Storm Banner. Storm Banner will allow me to get my Storm Vermin and help hits and Bonebreaker Lords into combat. Now I'm running an Engineer with a Scroll and level 1. Pretty simple, 90 points. He might hang out in a slave unit out on the right flanks. This way, if he blows up, it's not the bunker with the Gracier and it's not my Storm Vermin. So he might go out on a flank somewhere. This way he can also give some slaves leadership if he's not in range of the general. But that aside, I have a second one, the Doom Rocket Engineer, and then this guy also has Portents of Verminous Doom, which is something I don't usually use, and not a lot of people do unless they do and I'm not looking hard enough. This is, anyone touching him is -1 leadership. Now, some of you might say that's a total waste of points on a hero that's toughness 3, 2 wounds. But for some reason, if he survives or something, he might help with that -1 leadership. I don't know. I wanted to try it out. Something a little different. Not everyone knows what it is, so not everyone will attack him. But if he's getting attacked, then that means someone else is surviving, whether it's Storm Vermin or whatnot. Now, if he's got to jump out of the Storm Vermin or Slave unit so that he can shoot the Doom Rocket at his magical 14 inches, that's more necessary and important. He will do that. But for some reason, if he stays in the capital unit, Storm Vermin and Bone Breakers, he might be, out to the side with limited attacks on him, allowing him to reduce my opponent's leadership by 1, which will affect them even if they are stubborn. So that could help just the tiniest bit. So for core, we've got 3 units of slaves, 2 of 45, and then 1 of 29, which will be the bunker. I had to cut these down because over a certain amount of points, they counted as a choice, and I have 5 choices. And I'll go through my 5 choices at the end after you've obviously seen it all, for those of you who don't know the ETC comp. Then I've got the Storm Vermin. I'm running 47 Storm Vermin, Razor Banner, full command. Pretty stellar. Special, not a lot of points spent in special here. For special, I have 7 gutter runners with poison. That's it. And then rare is going to be 2 Hell Pit Abominations. Now, the first Hell Pit Abomination is a choice. The second one is 2 choices. The Storm Banner is 2 choices if there's 2 Hell Pits. So those are my 5 choices for the Skaven comp. Now, for Lords, I go over, 200 points or so, whatever it is, 600 points, 233. So, I usually don't sink this many points into Lords. Usually a Warlord and then a Gracier, or maybe just a Gracier. But this is going to be a pretty interesting list. I like doing, something a little different. That's competitive, but not as competitive. I mean, people might just say anything with a giant horde of Storm Vermin and 2 Hell Pit Abominations is competitive. But, Red Ogres, they're good. But there are some weaknesses in the list, and I'm not going to say them out loud. You guys can poke some holes in it below, and, that's fine because there might be people I end up playing. I don't want to go ahead and discuss all the things that I think are wrong with my list. I'm just telling you what I think is right with it. So let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to get maybe 3 practice games in before I go up to Crossroads, maybe 1 up there that Friday night, maybe a second one if I actually leave work on time and get up there or early or whatever I'm doing. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.